Hey everyone, and welcome to our roundup of some of the most anticipated games of 2018. There is a crazy number of games coming out this year that are awesome, so bear with us, there might be a couple of videos on this. Strap in. I'm Death3Cow, and today we'll be looking at 5 upcoming games in 2018. First up we have Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World is due for release on PC on August 9th. Monster Hunter World was released on consoles back in late January and has been well received so far. The game's producer Ryozo Shimomoto said that when the game launches, the visuals will have parity with the console versions, but we are considering releasing a free update after launch. Unfortunately, we currently have no details on this. This is always the problem with a console port, but hopefully they'll be able to give us more graphical options as patches are released, as we don't pay thousands of pounds for gaming PCs just to play console graphics. The system requirements for the game aren't too extreme, but they are relatively high, so it may not suit lower end PCs if you want to achieve those higher frame rates. The difference between the console and PC versions will mean that some of the post-launch monsters added to the console versions will not be available to PC gamers straight away, but I'm sure that we can expect these in future patches. And the game unfortunately will not receive cross-platform support. Next up we have Battlefield 5, due for release on PC, PS4 and Xbox One on October 19th. Releasing for PC via its Origin platform, EA's Battlefield 5 is based during World War II, and it's focusing on British and European forces, with other sides to be released at a later date. Pre-orders will allow access to a free trial on October 11th, and pre-ordering the deluxe versions will allow access to the full game 3 days earlier on October 16th. There is also an open beta to be announced soon. In this iteration of the Battlefield franchise, there will be new features like squad customizations, allowing you to really craft the soldier you want to watch die, over and over and over and over and. There is also a return to the class system, allowing you to outfit your characters with whatever tools, weapons and cosmetics you like. Also, there will be specialisation, such as a more focused assault class specialising in anti-tank, which gives us something more than just a not so great end weapon or a medal to strive for. Upgraded details and physics allow for a greater range of movements for soldiers, making for a more tactical but natural feel. And greater range of soldier movement like reverse prone, laying on your back, sliding while shooting, and a range of other movements will make for some very interesting engagements. Also, bullets will have more impact, allowing a sense of force from each shot. New animations will make tactical play essential, like the need for a medic to drag their patient somewhere safe before reviving, making the whole process more of an undertaking. Good and a bad thing depending on your medics. Also, if you are more of a scavenger, you'll be able to gather up ammo and even explosives dropped by fallen soldiers. So what can we expect from the different game modes? Well, with war stories you get an anthology of stories that depict some of the lesser known battles and perspectives of incredible heroism, essentially the single player story mode. The Grand Operations are story-driven multiplayer matches set across a series of maps and game types, with more variety of locations and objectives and heavier penalties for the losing side in a push and shove game style. Combined Arms is a 4-player co-op mode. You can take your custom soldier on a series of co-op missions. The AI mission editor will keep things interesting by adding new obstacles and enemies depending on how well you are performing, and all progress gained will carry over to the main multiplayer mode. Royale mode. No real details as yet, but it'll be a really nice looking sellout no doubt. Thanks EA. The new fortification skill will allow squads to reinforce areas of the map with additional defences against enemies, including fortifying buildings, adding gun nests and even making it more difficult to capture flags. There will be a resource cost for this, so players will have to be tactical with what they choose. There will also be timed events focusing on specific battles and pathways to special rewards, as well as community events. Next up we have Fallout 76, due for release on PC, PS4 and Xbox One on November 14th. Now a multiplayer survival game with a map 4 times the size of Fallout 4, Fallout 76 is positioned as a prequel to the entire franchise, with Vault 76 being the first vault to open 20 years after the nuclear event. Although the game is playable solo, it looks as though this would be a very difficult way to get through the game, but playing with your friends would be the best way to go. At its heart, it is still a first-person shooter. The usual survival features are there, just like Fallouts of old, food and drink are necessary, as well as weapon maintenance, and as always there is radiation, although this can have both a negative and a positive effect in the world of Fallout. As this is multiplayer, the possibility of slowing down time using VATS is not really an option, so now VATS will allow for easier aiming and can be upgraded for additional benefits to those who need a little help shooting the nuts off of the enemy. Camp, or Construction and Assembly Mobile Platform, allows for portable building. This means you can build structures wherever you like. You can also build with your friends and share in the responsibilities that go along with it. Base attacks will be random, but frequent, so the need for base defences will be immediate. Luckily, turrets and traps are available to fend off attackers. Maybe you might even like a memento of the creatures you slay, and this is covered with the in-game camera. Who doesn't like a nice trophy? There are no human NPCs giving out quests, and details are sketchy at the moment, but there will be robots and ghouls giving out quests, so that should keep everyone entertained. They have assured us that Fallout 76 will not be an MMO, nor is it a battle royale. The game currently supports 24 to 32 players on each server, and considering the sheer size of the map, it should allow for altercations, but they should be few and far between if you want them to be. As there is no loss of progression at death, it allows for a more aggressive style of play, and although there is an option to play PvE only, there will also be incentives for taking on more hostile players. With your very own power armor suit, you'll be able to level your character in multiple ways using perk cards to tweak stats and apply boosts. Unfortunately, they have gone too far and added nukes to the game. Who knows why? This will allow you to nuke an area of the map and then reap the spoils. Let's see how that plays out.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Next up we have Red Dead Redemption 2, due for release on PS4 and Xbox One on October 26th. Set before the events of Red Dead Redemption, this time we are taken back to the year 1899, when the West was almost tamed and horseback gunslingers were being hunted to extinction by lawmen. This setting is awesome, because we may get to see some familiar and probably younger faces from the original game. This is particularly good for those interested in the amazing story of Red Dead Redemption, as it may further deepen our connection to those original characters. As is customary with Rockstar, the size of the world is not yet known, and although it may not be any bigger than any of the older GTA titles, I think I can speculate that the landscape will be wilder and probably more interactive than the previous title. And as with the first game, how you interact with the world will influence the way NPCs react to you. I won't go into the story, as I think this is one of those games where it is better to live through it fresh than to know what to expect, but I can say the new main character is a part of Dutch's gang, and should allow for some interesting story elements, which is one thing Rockstar do seriously well. Multiplayer is definitely coming, although the information for this is limited, but I can imagine the same approach as GTA Online will be taken, as that works well, and I can imagine the heist system working well for carriage heists and bank robberies. Just the ability to roam around as a band of outlaws makes me giddy. As with every game nowadays, there will be special editions which will benefit from additional missions, horses and camps, etc. If you are already playing GTA, you will be interested to know that there will be tie-in items for both worlds. So, for example, if you complete a scavenger mission in GTA that unlocks a revolver dragged straight from a Red Dead holster, you will also unlock an item in Red Dead Redemption 2 if your accounts are linked. Also, you'll receive GTA dollars dependent on which game version you pre-order, if that's your bag. Lastly, we have Overkill's The Walking Dead, due for release on PC, PS4 and Xbox One on November 6th. It's hard to believe this game made it out of the void it seems to have slipped into for almost 2 years, but here we are. The base of the game is a 4-player co-op first-person shooter, similar to Payday 2 in that at the start of each round you select a character with a set of skills, and that character can be set up to cater for many different roles. The game is broken down into individual missions with objectives like defending a stronghold or, raiding enemy strongholds. Although the enemies will be easy to dispatch, the challenge will be finding ammo, as this game is designed to create the survival aspect of a zombie apocalypse, but in a shooter design. This will definitely be a game where teamwork and knowing your character's skills will be essential for completing the mission in one piece. So there you have it. Those are 5 games that are coming out later on this year, and we are pretty excited for them. Some more than others, but let's keep our eyes peeled because I think these are going to be pretty interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for us, and we shall send you a unicorn. Yes, a unicorn. And obviously, let us know in the comments if there's anything that you would like to see us review, or if you just want to have a chat. We will answer any comment, basically. So yeah, chuck us a comment, and don't forget to keep your eyes out for the next edition of our upcoming games. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.